Hi, welcome back to my room, my little space of yoga. My name is Rachel. Today is a very cold day outside. We've just had a bunch of snow, so I'm gonna do some yoga for a cold day. You can have things like your blocks available for you. We're gonna use these definitely towards the end. We wanna have a wall space available for you because at the end we're gonna do a little relaxation pose along the wall. If you have a pillow, you can even use your bed pillow like I am here, or a blanket. So if you have a blanket available also, we can get nice and warm and cozy towards the end, okay? We're gonna start seated in Sukhasana, easy pose. A few things I want to remind you today is that there's several factors to your ability and your flexibility during our class today. So I want to remind you to be gentle with your body. Be very cautious how you move today. I want to make sure that you're not moving in a way that's going to injure your body. Go to the point of the depth of the stretch, not to the point where we're starting to feel discomfort. We're not quite going there today. This is a simple, gentle, relaxed flow, okay? So the factors that come into play are what time of day are you doing this video? Is it the middle of the day, the beginning of the day, the end of the day? All of those factors will play into how flexible, how deep you can get into a posture. Your age, previous injuries that you may have had, your mobility already, your level of hydration is gonna matter in how deep you can get into these postures and into these flows, okay? So with all of that said, please be gentle with yourself today. Have your props available. Pause the video if you need to go grab one or two or three. Just make sure that you have some things available for you to be able to use. We're gonna do some nice warming pranayama to get started. So first I want you to just find a nice seated position. We're gonna tuck those toes in under the legs, get them nice and warm while you're sitting there. And start to sit up really tall. Close your eyes. Maybe move the flesh from underneath your bum, get those sit bones really deep into the mat here. Starting to breathe in and out through the nose. We have kind of a shorter class today, so we're gonna move through a few things a little quicker than I'd like to, but maybe we'll go in a little deeper on the next flow. Just breathe here, finding the breath first, deepening the breath. In and out through the nose. Feel the vertebrae stacking tall, head over heart. Heart stacks really nicely over the pelvis. Chin is nice and parallel with your mat, the floor below. Palms up in your lap. You can have them crossed in your lap or gently on the knees. Just relaxing here to really start to deepen the breath. We're finding that breath in and out through the nose. This breath helps carry us through our flow, through our practice. We want to really take care with our breath, be mindful of our breath. Deepening the breath for our practice so we can really stretch deeper into the flow. Now, as you find this breath, I want you to start to think of something that you're grateful for today. What are you thankful for? Big or small, it doesn't matter. Just find something to be grateful for, something that maybe brings a smile to your face. Good. Start to rub your palms together. Create a little warmth, a little fire into those hands. And gently bring the palms to the eyes. Start activating the chakras throughout our face. Gently release the hands. You can open the eyes here, or maybe you keep the eyes closed for our little pranayama practice. All I want you to do is take your forefinger and your middle finger on the left hand and place them gently onto your left nostril. Restrict the airflow on this left side. Thinking about the solar energy coming in through this right side nostril. Keep lifting the head, stacking the spine tall, and start to breathe in and out slowly through that right nostril only. Try to make the breath so slow that you can't even hear it. Inhaling fills that nose. Feel the warming sensation of that gold energy coming in. Fill your belly up with it. Fill it all the way down your spine. And gentle release. Let it go. Still out through that right nostril. A couple more times. Inhaling through that nostril. Imagine gold energy, warming light coming in through that nostril. And gentle release, same through that right nostril. Starting to feel the warmth spreading through the body. Inhale. Gentle exhale through that nostril. Try and slow the breath so much that you can't even hear it. Inhaling in, pausing the breath at the top this time. And gentle release through that right nostril. Last time, just let it go. Release the fingers from the left nostril. And start to breathe in and out through both nostrils. Maybe your eyes are closed still. Maybe you chose to open them. Either way, bring them open and smile. Good. Bring the hands to the heart for just a moment. Give a little bit more thanks while you're here. And then bring the hands by your sides, roll over your knees, and come into a little cat-cow position. You want to stack the knees underneath your hip points. Draw those shins and toes long. Maybe when you look between your thighs, the shins and the toes start to disappear. Spread your fingers wide underneath your shoulders. Good. Eyes at the elbows, try and rotate forward or think about bringing your armpits to face one another. Micro bend in the elbows. Pull your belly button up. Tuck your spine down to meet it. And now inhale, drop the belly and look up towards the sky. Really arch that spine, reach the eye gaze, still on the inhale. Exhale, pull the belly button in, round the spine, cat pose. Really draw the chin towards the chest. Pull your hips towards your elbows, squeeze, heel holding. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Hold the breath. Exhale, round it out, chin to chest. Pull the belly button in, push those hips towards those elbows, press into the mat with the palms, and inhale. Drop the belly, press through the shins behind you, look up, last time, hold the breath, on the inhale, holding, and exhale, tuck the belly button in. Feel how your core has turned on now. Keep pressing down through the shins behind you, pressing through the pads of the palms, squeezing into that spider grip, holding the breath. Good, and gentle release. Come into that neutral spine. Maybe wiggle your hips a little bit. Start to walk the knees back. Start to walk the belly onto the mat. Lay down onto your belly. Bring your hands stacked out in front of your forehead. Drop your forehead on top of those hands. Elbows really reach out towards the sides. A little sleeping crocodile here. First, let the heels fall away from your legs and gently rock the hips from side to side, left to right, releasing tension through your spine. Breathing. Good. Now stop in the center, zip up through your legs, and a little gentle rock. We're just massaging through the pelvis now. Good, and stop here. Start to pull the hands by your sides, bringing the fists, or hands, right underneath the shoulder area. Maybe a little farther back, thumbs towards that nipple area, and squeeze your arms like you're a grasshopper. Really pull the shoulders back, squeeze them together, and lift up. Pressing the pelvis into the mat, pressing the toes into the mat, lifting the chest towards the sky. Just breathe. Lift the hands, make sure the back's doing the work. Baby cobra. Good. Drop it down. Hands walk out. Create that pillow. A little sleeping crocodile. Rock those hips out. Makrasana is crocodile. Not really sure what sleeping is in Sanskrit. I think it's Nidra. Nidra Makrasana maybe. Something like that. Good. Stop the rocking. Start to pull the hands back. Now, you can have the hands right here where they were before, pressing down through the tops of the feet. Or maybe you want to walk the hands out, just out about one hand length in front of your face, and start to press up. Seal. Feel the stretch through that lower spine. Maybe you're still here in baby cobra. That's okay too. Make sure you're pressing down through the tops of the feet. If you're in this seal, don't walk out through the elbows just yet. We're just reaching out in front. The hands aren't down by the sides yet. We're still reaching forward. Now look up gently for an increase to the back bend. Good. Gently let it down. Hands stack, forehead in. Really make sure those elbows are out towards the sides of the room in the sleeping crocodile. Then rock your hips from side to side. Good. Bend your knees. Soles of the feet lift to the sky. Just releasing that lower spine. Point your toes. Good. Bring your chin to your little stack. Feel the change in the stretch. Feeling the belly stretch now. Flex your feet. Good. Release the feet down. Release the legs down. Forehead back into that stack. Good. Moving into full Bhujangasana. Bring those elbows really tight into the body. Press those hands tight in by the rib cage here. Then we're going to inhale, lift up, push up, and try and straighten up through the arms. Keep the hips long. Keep the legs nice and long. Maybe they start to separate through the heels here. That's okay. Keep pressing up. If you're like me and you have hyperextension through your joints, make sure you're not hyperextending when you have to lock out the elbows. Keep a nice little micro bend so you can pull the shoulders back and down. Releasing when you're ready. Maybe you want an extra stretch. Look over the right shoulder. See if you can see your toes. Good. Keep lifting, drawing those shoulders back together. Look over the left shoulder. Good. Eye gaze back forward. Use your palms. Gently release it down. Forehead into the mat. Back to that sleepy crocodile. Rock those hips from side to side. Zip up through the legs and keep rocking. Good job. Hands come beside you. Help you push yourself up into a kneeling pose. Step those knees wide. Keep the big toes touching. Create a nice big angle here. Sink your hips to your heels. Really press them into your heels first. Then start to walk the belly in between the thighs and reach those hands towards the top of that mat. Forehead into the mat. Good. Or maybe that's a little much for you. You can always stack your fists or your palms here. Just make sure that the elbows and shoulders are really working out towards the edges of your body. That way you're getting a nice depth of stretch with your chest onto the mat here. Breathing, Utthita Balasana, extended child's pose. Big toes touching. Maybe you're using the palms here into the mat to press your hips back. It's a little self-adjustment. It's similar to when a teacher comes around and presses on your hips in class. Just breathe. Good. Start to pull onto those palms. Bring yourself up. Little wide legs here. We're going to go into a thread the needle for the shoulders. So I want you to drop the left palm just underneath your face. Spread those fingers wide. Knees are still wide, big toes touching. We're going to do a nice little wide leg here so we can get really deep. Reach the right arm up and open up as much as you can. Reaching those fingertips to the sky. Wiggle them. Bring in that sunlight. Please warm us up. Good. Sweep that right arm under the left arm and reach out beside you. Drop your right shoulder into the mat. Now drop the right ear above that right shoulder into the mat. So my right hand is palm up, reaching towards the left side. My left palm is pressing into the mat near my face here, and I'm using it to open my shoulder and open my elbow up towards the sky. Now think about squaring your hips. We don't want to open up the hips here. We're working through the shoulders. So think about drawing your belly button back down towards the mat. You'll feel the pressure increase through that right shoulder. Now maybe you walk those fingertips on the left hand out towards the left corner of your mat. Notice how it changes the stretch for you. Maybe you still need a little bit more. Maybe it's part of your practice. You can walk that left hand back to the face, reach the left arm up to the sky, and then we drop it down to try and reach for the right inner thigh. Use it to open up that left shoulder. Good. I'm sure you're doing fabulous. I bet this feels really good too. Hopefully your body's getting warm. Good, release wherever you are. Drop that left hand back down and press it into the mat. Reach that right arm back up to the sky. A little counter stretch, wiggle those fingers. Good, right hand drops right down in front of that face. Good, reach the left arm up. Wiggle those fingers. Gather up some sunlight, bring it into your snowy day if you're having one, or your cold day to warm you up. Good, sweep that left arm under, thread the needle, reach the left arm down, palm up, drop onto that left shoulder, then bring the left ear into the mat. We work to keep the left ear or the ear grounded into the mat here because it increases the stretch on the shoulder. Good, you can have the hand out in front here, using it to press your shoulder open, palm, fingertips, doesn't matter. Think about squaring your hips first. So we don't want this right hip all extending up towards the sky. We want to draw it back and down. Think about bringing your belly button parallel with the mat below. Maybe you walk those fingers towards the right corner of your mat. Feel the change in the stretch. Breathing deep. Maybe you want a little bit more. Keep everything where it is except for walk that right hand towards the face. Now reach it up to the sky. Open up. Then maybe you rotate the hand, reach it back behind you, bending through the elbow to grab for your left inner thigh. So the right arm reaches around the backside, grabbing for the left inner thigh. You use that grip to open the shoulder. Feel the increase in the stretch. Try and keep your hips square and smile. Have fun. We're all bound up like a pretzel here. Warming the bodies. Bringing out the sunlight here in my room. Good job, you guys. Reach that right arm up to the sky. Drop your right hand in front of your face. Use that palm pressure and inhale. Lift that left arm up. Wiggle those fingers. Smile. Say thank you for coming out, sun. And drop that left hand down. Good. Now we're going to move into a little Gomukhasana or happy cow face pose. So what I want you to do is bring the knees in like a cat-cow. I want you to draw your right knee in tight towards your chest and then swing it around front, okay? So you're gonna wrap your legs up. Right leg comes in front of the left and we start to reach it back behind us. Now, walk your feet back, walk your hands back, and come to sit on your bum. Move the foot out of the way a little bit and start to really get those sit bones into the mat. So from the side, you can see that I'm moving my flesh from my calf out of the way. I'm drawing my foot down by the side of my hip. I don't want it up underneath my bum because then I can't sit my booty down into the mat and get a nice good depth of stretch here. So let me show you what it looks like from the front. We're working to get these knees stacked on top of each other, okay? Right knee on top. Left leg really close to the body, as close as you can get them. You can even press down and give your feet a massage while you're here. It's a nice little sneak it in there, self-love. Good. I want you to reach the arms up and then drop the arms down beside you. We're going to do it a little easier than the full pose today, just by grabbing a hold of our elbows, opening the chest, little chest opener, heart opener here. Pull the chin up towards the sky. Feel the depth of the stretch. Maybe you start to fold it forward, reaching the chin towards the mat, maybe past your knees. Keep that spine nice and long. Feel the shoulder blades pulling back together, feeling your right hip open up. Smile. Use the breath to really push back against those thighs. Good. Nice. Keep reaching that chin towards the mat. And use your core, press down through the hips and come on up. Nice job. Now, we're going to come out of this a really fun way. Let go of those arms. Bring your hands beside you and start to walk your hands forward, coming onto your left knee, okay? So we're kind of on the left knee here. The outside edge, pinky edges of the feet are towards the mat. Now, I want you to come up onto the toes and lift your hips. So our legs are crossed, cross-legged downward dog. Super tight cross here. Stay on whatever part of your feet you need to, but keep the feet grounded and start to rotate those feet around and around. Keep rotating until the legs cross the other direction and you're facing the front of the mat again. Let me show you one more time. So we're here, right leg's in front, left leg back. We just come up and we're standing up. Now we rotate, keep the feet where they are. Rotate, 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 rotate. Now the opposite leg's on top. Start to sink it down. Whoop, onto your booty, however gracefully you can. Get that right leg long, bring that left knee on top. Good. Make sure that you have room for your sit bones to get into the mat. Pull those feet beside you. You can always grab a hold of the calf flesh on the top leg, get it out of the way so you can really get those knees stacked. Sit up tall. Just like any sitting posture, we want to make sure head's over heart and heart is over pelvis. You can reach down, sneak in that foot massage. Good. Let's start to open that hip a little bit more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop those hands down beside you, grabbing for opposite elbows. This time, try and grab for the funky grip, the one that feels a little different. Maybe cross that opposite arm on top. Good. Look forward. Lift up through the sternum. Feel the chest open up. Pull the shoulder blades together. Good. Smile. Start to hinge it forward. Feel the belly come to the thighs. Keep reaching the chin towards the mat. Extend it long. Feeling the stretch now through the left hip. Feeling the shoulders open up. Release tension through the neck and shoulders. Don't tighten up here and clench. Pull your shoulders away from your ears and down your back. Smile. Hopefully feeling the warmth turn on. Feeling the heat turn on in your body. Good. Inhale. Use your core. Press down through the hips and come on up. Good. Smile. Release those hands. Nice job. Good. Now we're going to use those hands. We're going to come into that same kind of thing where we're going to roll gently onto that right leg. Now we're just going to unwind. Come back into your cat-cow position, tabletop position. Extend those toes long. Hands come into the mat. Extend the elbows forward. Eye gaze forward, just out in front of the fingertips. Good. Inhale, drop the belly. Look up. Oh yeah. Feel the stretch. Smile, exhale, round it out, belly button to spine. Just a couple of these to really reset the spine here. Press through the palms, press your hips forward, squeeze. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Last time, round it out in that kitty. Round it out. Good. Come to that neutral spine. We're moving straight into pigeon on the right side. So however you want to get there, I'll also instruct. Walk the hands about 1 hand length forward. Kick the right knee up. Swing it forward, right knee to right elbow. Hold. Drop it down to the right wrist and cross the foot with the body. So the right shin is coming parallel with the top edge of the mat. Start to walk your left toes back. If this is super intense for you, I want you to grab a hold of that block I told you to get. You can also use say like a dictionary or something thick like that. Maybe you have a school book you can use. Place it underneath your booty. Or maybe underneath the thigh, depending on how far up you need to get. Mine is really low to the floor, so it's going to really obstruct me, but I want to make sure that you have that support, okay? Good. Draw those left toes back. Start to get this this right shin. Eventually, it's going to become parallel with the top edge of your mat. That's going to help you open up the hip. I'm not quite there yet because I've noticed I'm leaning to the right when I do that. We don't want that, okay? So keeping the right heel in towards the groin as much as you need is fine. Right thigh parallel with the edge of the mat. Inhale, reach up, or maybe just out, and then slowly fold it down over that right leg. Reach those arms long. Maybe you stack bubble gum here. Maybe you place one hand on top of the other, create that pillow. Do whatever you need here, and then relax. Let it go. Pigeon. So we're in this little sleepy pigeon here. On the right side, our male-dominated side. Maybe we take a moment here to send some forgiveness to a male in our life who could use it. You're not necessarily letting them off the hook. You're just allowing that forgiveness in so you can let go and move forward. You can grow. Use your exhales to allow yourself to really melt into this sleepy pigeon. Nidra Kripada Raja Kapotasana would be the name of this one, sleeping pigeon. Half sleeping pigeon. Good, using your breath. When it starts to get intense, that's when you want to stick with it.
That's the moment where your breakthrough is about to happen. If you're struggling here, take 2 more deep, deep breaths and then come out. Good. Slowly use that next inhale, press yourself back up. Good, look up towards the sky, little counter stretch. Nice job, press through the palms, start to pull your left leg forward, back towards your body. Now swing your right knee back, come back into that tabletop posture, but then I want you to walk the knees out, bring the big toes to touch, and sink the hips to the heels for a moment, back into that Utthita Balasana, extended child's pose. Forehead into the mat, breathe. Notice the length on your right leg. Does it feel longer than your left? Good. Start to pull yourself up. Press through the palms. That pulls your body up. Get those knees in line with the hips. Hands walk out about 1 hand length in front. Left knee comes up, and we swing it all the way up and through. Left knee, left elbow. Hold. Drop it down to the wrist. The leg crosses the body, and we start to walk the right leg back, opening up into that half splits on this side. Again, using the block now under the left hip if you need it to really raise yourself up and help to open up the front side of this hip. If your bum is already into the mat here, the next thing I want you to work on, let's first look over that right shoulder, find the toes, nice long line through that leg. Good. Now look back forward. Maybe you can start to walk your left shin to becoming parallel with the top of the mat. This is about as far as I can go before I really start to feel a scream inside that right hip. So I'm going to bring it back just a little bit so I can feel a nice balance between my 2 hips here. Okay? Good. Reach the arms out beside you. This will help you find that balance and notice that you're kind of on that balance beam here. Good. Fold it down. Forehead into the mat, reach the arms forward as far as you can, even climb those fingertips forward. Or maybe you create that pillow if the forehead isn't quite reaching the mat. Elbows out to the sides of the room if you're creating that pillow for the forehead though. Really want to open the shoulders here. So you guessed it, we worked on our left side, on our male-dominated side on the right. Now we're working on our female-dominated side on this left side, our Ida. So again, thinking of this time a female in your life who could use some forgiveness. Send them that forgiveness. Help you to let go. Breathing super deep here. Allowing the exhale to really let you drop in here. Really let your body melt into itself. You'll feel the stretch through that left thigh, through that right top of the thigh, right there where it meets the hip. Feeling the stretch here. Keep flexing your left foot. Keep pointing those right toes long. Good. If it's starting to scream at you, that's the moment you want to stand just a little bit longer. That breakthrough is about to happen. 2 more breaths. Nice, long, deep ones. Good. Hands come towards the face. Push yourself up. Come on up. Look towards the sky if you can, if that feels good. Nice job. Loosen up a little bit. Shift your legs. Start to walk the right leg up. Good. Kick the left foot back to meet it. Come into that Utthita Balasana once more. Extended child's pose. Go long with the arms. Pull that belly really between the legs here. So knees are wide, big toes touching. Forehead comes towards the mat or stacks on top of those hands, elbows wide. You choose. Always choosing your own adventure in my class. Nice deep breaths here. Good. Nice job. We have one last little posture, so start to walk your body a little farther forward. Bring your knees into touch, bring your legs long, come back onto your belly. Back into that baby crocodile here for a moment. Rock your hips from side to side. Good job. Extend through the toes, extend nice and long here. Now, I want you to bring your left arm up and then bring your right arm into a like a goal post or an L shape out beside you. Bring your left ear into the mat and start to peel your right knee up towards your right elbow. Half Mandukasana or half frog pose. So we really want to start to walk this right knee away from the body, feeling the stretch through the left hip, through the right hip, through your knee. Flex your right foot, increase the stretch to the inner thigh. Your right arm is in the cactus shape. The left arm is long. It's mimicking the left toes. They're also reaching long. So the left side of the body, nice and extended. Right side of the body is kind of pulling in, and we're working to get that right hip down into the mat. Breathe. Think about what a funky position your body's in. Picture yourself like a frog here. If Mandukasana in the full structure is part of your regimen, you can go into that now and just stay there until we're done with both sides. Good. Maybe you can pull that right knee up a little higher towards that right elbow. Flex your foot. Good. Release that right leg back. Release the right arm up. Reach it up high. And then come onto your right ear. Good. We're getting a nice neck stretch with this one too. Drop that left arm into that nice cactus shape out beside you. Keeping that left shoulder in alignment with that left elbow. Start to walk the left leg, left knee up to meet the left elbow. Good. Extend the right toes long. We'll call this one a little sleeping frog. Good. Right fingers are reaching long. Left toes are reaching long. The left knee is working towards the left elbow. Two right angles going on this left side of the body. Right ear into the mat and just breathe here. Working that left knee ever so slightly. I'm making small adjustments with every exhale. Every exhale allows me to really open up, trying to get that left hip to touch the mat. Breathing. Good. Everything is active here. Maybe the body starts to shake. Breathing. If you're in that full Mandukasana, see if you can get a little deeper. Breathe. Use your breath. Good. See if you can get your left knee up towards that left elbow a little higher. Nice job. Work it out. Walk it out. Left leg comes to meet the right. Bring that pillow back under your forehead and rock it side to side on those hips. Nice job, you guys. Great work today. We're going to move ourselves into Shavasana, but I want you to take a moment in our fetal position. So reach your left arm or right arm up, whichever arm is on your favorite side, and roll onto your favorite side. Give yourself a nice big hug. Coming in here, squeezing the legs in, maybe giving those calves or those shins a nice massage. Maybe reaching the pillow arm up and tickling your hair with your fingertips, rubbing your jaw, rubbing your forehead, whatever you need to do here. Now, wherever you're at, wherever you're paying attention to yourself, I want you to give the body a little squeeze wherever you're touching. Squeeze, tap, maybe you pet or rub. Just say something nice to yourself while you're physically acknowledging your body. So what we're doing is we're sending that self-love cellular. So as we sit here and we say, I love you, not only are we saying it and we're hearing it in our heart and in our mind and in our ears, but now the cells are hearing it too. They're feeling the vibration of I love you, and it's going cellular. So allow that self-love to go cellular. Really love on yourself. Let it bring that smile to your face. And then gently, let's move ourselves to the wall for a little a little adjusted Shavasana today, okay? So you can take your mat, move it lengthwise up against the wall. Now I want you to walk your booty over. And if you don't have a wall, give me 1 second and I'll show you the alternative. I want you to bring your booty come onto one side or the other, bring your booty really tight up against the wall. Then lay yourself down onto your side and kick your legs up the wall. You don't even need to move your mat for this if you don't like. This pose is called legs up the wall. I'm just kidding with you guys. I'm sure it has a Sanskrit name. But in the meantime, what we're doing here is we're allowing the nectar from our feet to flow back down into our hips, activating all of our nice little chakras, bringing all of that wonderful energy back in. Maybe you rock the toes side to side, whatever you'd like to do here. Now, if you don't have that wall, I want you to grab your block, okay? Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your block, bring the soles of the feet into the mat, take your block, and place it underneath your sacrum. So you want the edge of your tailbone just to be right at the edge of that block. Really feel strong and sturdy here. And to know that you're feeling super strong and sturdy here, bend your knees. If you can do this and there's no hurting, no pain or anything going on, kick the soles of your feet up and flex your feet. Place your hands down by your sides and just stay right here. Same thing as we're doing against the wall. We can still do all the same cool things. We just have to use our core a little bit more with that one. So again, we approach the wall from the side. We start to draw our booty up the wall and we rotate. You can always walk yourself up the wall a little bit to bring your booty flat with the wall, or you can have a little bit of space between the booty and the wall. Flex your feet, hands down beside you, or maybe you place one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. Maybe you want to do those cactus arms out beside you. Just breathe. Now there's lots of really cool things you can do on the wall here. Today we're just going to hang out here like it's a Shavasana, allowing the soles of the feet to reach up. But other cool things you can do butterfly on the wall. You can do our figure 4 on the wall. Start to draw the foot down and it uses that pressure of the wall to push back into that thigh. Do the other side. Good. There's so many things you can do here. You can even practice your splits. Lay one leg out, maybe the other. I'm gonna run into my stuff here, but you know what I'm saying here. There's always a lot of fun things that you can do on the wall, so play here, have fun here. Nice job. Now you can stay here in this inverted Shavasana, this legs up the wall here. Maybe this is how you want to end your practice today. Maybe you want to come up in a little supported Sukhasana and you roll one to one side or the other. Press yourself up and use the wall to sit against. Again, if you don't have that wall, that's okay. Just come to a nice seated position. Moving that block. Or maybe you want to use that block still to prop your booty up. Choose your own adventure today, okay guys? Good. Tuck those toes in, get them nice and warm. Start to close your eyes. And just breathe. Feeling the benefits of your practice. Feeling the energy radiating through your body. Feeling that vibration you made. That's yours. That's energy you made. Breathe nice and deep. Stay here for as long as you choose. Taking space and time for yourself. It's been my honor, my privilege to guide you guys today. Thank you all so much. Hopefully this warmed your heart, warmed your body, warmed your day. Thank you. Namaste.